Khabib's going to want to wait for, again, like Aurelio said, Conor seems to be chasing the money rather than the pride of the sport. And to be the best of the best.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Like Conor's saying that if it's a Khabib fight, then he will. That will be before he takes a boxing match. So he wants that fight. He says, but is he saying, and does he really want that fight again? And again, you're talking about time off. Yes, okay, if they both had a long time off. However, Khabib's daily regimen is like he's got a fight, coming up the next month, versus Conor's running a whiskey company and he's promoting the Conor machine. He's not in the gym every day with his guys. I seen him recently. He's got a little bit of a pudge on him. He's got a little bit of the COVID weight. So he's definitely not staying fight ready. And we saw what happened in the first Conor Khabib fight. So is that really a smart fight for Conor? I don't know. I'd like to see him fight a couple MMA fights back, or at least one, a tuner fight before he fights.
Yeah, that time away, I think Conor needs to step in and take a fight, not at that level yet, but he wants the payday. So
yeah,
it's going to have to be an agreement. He's more for the business aspect rather than trying to be number one, and Khabib is trying to be number one,
right,
pound for pound, no matter what. So
right.
I don't know if he'll wait for that. I think he'll look possibly to take on somebody else, and then who is that somebody else?
And I want to bring up next week's fight and get your take. Uriah Hall versus Anderson Silver Spider. Obviously, Anderson's not the man he once was. However, he still is dangerous. Uriah is built off of an Anderson as far as weird angles that he comes at you with, much like I don't want to compare him to Israel Donajee because he's definitely nowhere at that level, but he does come with a lot of strange kicks, a lot of weird angles, much like Anderson Silva was the first one that we saw in that weight class do that. So you got any predictions on that fight?
I got Hall.
You got Hall. You think Hall will pull it off?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree. I think at some point, youth will always get aged. And when they have a style that's similar and one may just be a little bit slower, I will have to say that the younger guy is going to take it.
My sentiments exactly.
I'm surprised to hear an aging coach say that, but.
Well, hey, I'm at the, I'm in there. I'm feeling every inch of my body nowadays when I wake up in the morning.
And as far, I know you're not talking about me because we're about to say me.
Yeah.
In all reality, it's just true. It takes us. Sometimes, like right now, it's taking me a round or two to even get warmed up. Before
takes me a round or two to tie my shoe.
Before my body's ready to go in full motion, I got to stretch. I got to get my. My good friend Steve Freed used to tell me that he would have to break the second one before a fight, so we'd have to push his first one. And I was always at the old demeanor, like, no, I want to give my all in all 3 rounds, and I don't want to break it. Now I'm at that age where I'm like, okay, now I need to get that reset, break that win, get my second win, and then I feel like I'm
sure. Steve's still in Florida?
Yes.
Yes.
We got two beautiful girls and now a son.
All right. So, shout out to Steve. Yeah. Congrats.
Steve's super foot free.
There's the weigh-in where he makes weight,
Yeah, here. So here we see it again.
Thought he was going to do a DC and hang on to the guy's arm for a second.
Yeah.
Remember that big old towel?
Mm-hmm. He looks like he's definitely trying to make sure that they don't show anything. So.
Yeah, he's that face looked relieved. Like it looked like it was a hard weight cut, man. And again, let's put those 3 factors of why I think Gaethje's gonna possibly take this fight. Nothing against Khabib by any means. The man's again still up there with the pound for pound. Time off, dad dying, weight cut. I mean, all those are 3 major factors.
Okay, let's talk about time zone, though. So what the fact you got Gaethje coming over? It's basically right now We're at what 2 o'clock? So it's
3:30.
12:30,
3:30 something.
3:30. So it's 3:30 in the morning over there. Gaethje's coming from that versus Khabib, who is in that time zone and training in that time zone.
I mean, I definitely where his camp's at, right, in Colorado,
Right.
Trevor Whitman, right?
Right.
They are getting up and training at this time of the hour just to mimic that time frame. You don't want to shell shock, and if you're sleeping at 3:30, your body's going to perform at that sleep level at 3:30. So I'm sure they one prepared at the time to reflect that, and two, I believe they've had enough time to be over there now to kind of get acclimated.
Sure, they've
to
been
that.
there 2 weeks. It's interesting. Just with the time zone over there and the fights that they've been having at Fight Island, they haven't been changing the time. For I think 2 of the fight nights they changed the time, but this is the first pay-per-view over in Abu Dhabi that they've actually changed the fight time to a noon fight time here. So versus where they were fighting at 7 o'clock in the morning over there versus midnight to 3:30. So that was an interesting move by the UFC. One of the other fights that a lot of people that are bringing up that is now the new super fight talk that sometimes we see come together, sometimes we don't. Israel Adesanya versus John Jones. I have a really hard time seeing John Jones definitely can't go down below 205, and I have a really hard time seeing Israel Adesanya making a healthy move up to 205. I think John Jones is just too big of a fighter for him.
I agree. John's a big guy, and that's not a good matchup. It might look like a good fight on paper, but not a.
So who would you like to see John Jones fight?
John Jones seems to be fighting himself more than
Well, he fights himself, absolutely. He's talking.
So
He's vacated the title.
Hasn't seen him win that fight yet.
Absolutely, he's vacated the title at 205 because he said he wanted to come into the heavyweight division. Now he's reneged on that, and now he's saying he wants to come back with his next fight at 205 before he moves up to the heavyweight division. So I don't know who's out there in 205 for John to fight though that I really care to see.
Yeah, first of all, John Jones has the major abilities, and so when I say that he's fighting himself, it's
Absolutely.
sorry to see them in that situation after such the trouble that he's had.
Yeah.
But he's got an opportunity in the major skill set, and with a 84-inch reach,
Yeah.
7 feet wide wingspan, and his height. It's a great advantage to have, even at a heavyweight level.
Sure.
Right. So, I think of course he got cut to 205, so he'd probably be more. I think probably be stronger and be a natural weight. But who are you gonna choose for that selection? Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I would like to see. I mean, at a heavyweight, I'd like to see DC come back and do one more. I would like to see those two fight at heavyweight at some point. DC's a much stronger fighter at heavyweight, and to see him fight at John at his natural weight, I think is a fight that a lot of the fans would really like to see. My opinion is John just doesn't want that fight.
The heavyweight or DC?
Yeah,
At the heavyweight.
yeah, at heavyweight,
Yeah, it's I'd like to see DC back in there. I didn't like the way that he went out, especially in retirement, man. It's kind of like I tell my son playing basketball or anything. You got to end out like in a swish if you're at the end of practice,
right.
So your retirement, you definitely don't want to go out with the L.
Yeah, you don't want to go out with
I
that
definitely
fight.
don't think he wanted to go out that way. I think he just needs some time away, get that. Sometimes you just I don't say you fall in love with it. It's still a job. It's still getting tiring. Your body is your product, right?
Right.
And sometimes your product is not always up to par.
But he has a great job now as a commentator. I mean, so he has something to still be involved in the sport. But one of the things that that was interesting that Dana White pointed out that he's the first guy, as he says, that when a fighter starts talking retirement, it's time for you to retire. This first time he said that he ever didn't feel that way was when DC started talking retirement. He feels like DC has a couple of fights left in him and can still compete at a very high level, and would still like to see him fight a couple more. And I agree. I definitely would like to see DC back in there. I want to give a shout out to somebody and let my prayers and thoughts with him. I talked to him yesterday. He was actually doing a promo for my show in Alabama next week. But Chris the Crippler Lieben, he's having some health issues. He's in the hospital right now in Hawaii, and he's not doing real well. And he's been a big supporter of mine. And he's helped me through, and I just he's one of the original Ultimate Fighters, and I just thoughts and prayers with you. We're definitely praying for you, buddy.
Absolutely, man. Love that guy, man, and
always brought it.
It's
always brought it.
And the thing is one thing you'll find about the fighting community, while we may face each other against the cage, man, we're always here to support each other, through the trials and tribulations. So,
well, I mean, the guy sitting in the emergency room, he took time out to shoot me a call and let me know that he wasn't going to be able to do the promo. Just the type of guy that he is. That really is. Man, I remember his fight with Anderson Silva. Potentially, Lieben had one of the best chins in the game.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah, I was always pressing forward for sure. Didn't care who it was or how they hit or what the game plan, their game plan was.
No, I was at his fight with Vanderlei Silva. Vanderlei's a really good friend of mine, and to see him get knocked out was always disappointing. But man, props to Chris, because he took some big knees right before that uppercut that crippled Vanderlei, and Vanderlei, another good chin guy that you don't see cripple very often, and that was one of the very, very few times. I think the only other time before that we've actually seen him knocked out was in Pride. That was 10 years before that. He went out a couple times in the Chuck Liddell fight, but not completely, and was able to continue on. So you just don't see somebody with Chris Lieben's power and chin very often. Definitely, he's missed in the sport, and we're lucky that we still have him around.
Yeah. He doesn't look like he's fully recovered.
He did not put the weight back on
like he used to.
No, a weight cut was hard, and you can see that he has not. He's definitely, you can just tell in his stomach area that he hasn't regained it.
He just doesn't look like he has that same size, man. Normally he looks. Dude's a monster. So.
Yeah.
And again, going back to that weight cut, the last whatever many pounds is all water weight. So they're depriving that and their function from their muscles and their brain from functioning.
Yeah.
So. I wouldn't be shocked either way this goes. But like I said,
yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. I can't. Yes, we know that our feed was sideways, guys. Did you shave your head? I did shave my head, Sandra. It's not an illusion. I seen Coach the other day, but he had a shaved head on. I thought he was joining just for the broadcast. Must have been an app.
Was the app?
It was an app. Okay.
He just wanted to join the club. You know what I mean? Bald is beautiful.
Yes. Not quite there yet.
Again, shout out to Brent's Barbershop for the nice, smooth, bald head.
Oh, even though they're matched.
Oh, yeah. Well, 32, 31 years old. Reach is identical at 177. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This is what we've been waiting for.
Look, this is what I do even when my guys get ready to fight, man. I just get a little bouncy, little pep in the step.
Here we are, the main event, last fight of the evening. Do we have a call for the round? I'm taking round 4, Khabib.
I think I'm gonna take yours. I think 2. I think someone's gonna. You
Our
say
audio
Khabib
guy.
in 2? Khabib in 2? Okay, I think Gaethje in 2.
3. Khabib.
All right, so we're all spread around. Was like our, what's our camera guy saying?
The camera guy says round 1.
Round 1. Ooh.
What's the odds of that in Vegas?
Yeah. Wow.
He might not want to stay in there too long. That maybe not be.
So we got two for Gaethje,
I got Gaethje.
3 for Khabib. So every round but the 5th round. So nobody thinks it'll go to the distance.
Yeah, no, they're too good. Someone's gonna want to make a statement, and I don't think it's gonna. And I tell you what, right before one of my fights, I was out in Colorado for work, and I got some training out there. And out there, I felt horrible. But I was out there for about 2 weeks, and then I came back here, and man, I felt like I had a oxygen tank on. Luckily,
Yeah,
the fight,
big difference.
Luckily, the fight didn't go long because I don't ever plan on it going long. But I mean, I felt like I could have fought. I think I was less than 50. It was less than a minute in the first round, right? So, but I felt like I could have fought a couple more times.
A couple more rounds.
Just based on that.
Yeah,
the altitude
I've never
training.
done any training or anything in there, but skiing up there even. Been up there snow skiing a couple times, and it's definitely a different climate.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Chuck Stein out in Colorado. So I was training out there with Easton Training Center during that time frame. Appreciate all the work out there.
Well, I want to thank both of you guys for being with me today, and thanks for having me at the gym here. It's an honor to be here for your anniversary and your new facility. Definitely 3rd time I've been able to call fights with you, Aurelio, and you've always had. I knew you even before you had a gym and your police days, and I just always had a lot of respect for you, and it's definitely an honor to be here with you, man.
That's two-way street, bud. Two-way street. Thank you.
Well, you were talking about retirement. I had to kind of chuckle because this guy's retired more times than I know.
Yeah, right?
To come out of retirement. But in case you don't know, Coach De La Rosa has put in a lot of time at the RPD, and now is a police officer in Iowa. So thank you for your service and protecting our community.
All right, here we go, filling each other out. Yeah. A lot of respect between both fighters.
Not even a punch thrown yet. Just distance.
Wow. Down 30. All right.
Oh man, got them nerves, like I said, watching our guys fight.
Yeah, it's we've gone a minute with just a feeling out process, not even a jab thrown.
One leg kick.
I missed the leg kick. Oh. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, Gaethje with a big right.
He's got always been worried about that head roll.
Yeah. He's got his Gaethje with his arms down to his waist. Khabib yet to throw.
I'm actually surprised that Gaethje's not switching to southpaw. No, he's.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So we talked about staying out that cage and
Little patty cake, yep.
That's exactly. You can tell that.
Khabib. Couple misses. Goes for a single leg. Misses.
Yeah.
Oh, Gaethje with a big whiff.
Putting some heat on those hands.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Oh, connects with a good right. Oh, good leg kick.
Yeah.
Khabib in the blue, Gaethje in the black. Oh, Khabib comes in a flying knee. All right. Oh, Khabib connects.
Those hands are actually crisp.
Oh.
Khabib's hands are looking-
High kick by Gaethje. All right. Khabib's putting some pressure on him. Oh, flying kick.
You know, I have to think that this is more exhausting for Khabib here in the stand-up game rather than his wrestling and grinding. I think that's where, like that weight cut, he's more on cruise control, if you will.
Yep. He needs to get his hands up. Okay.
Oh, see?
They trade.
See what I was talking about as far as like when he's closing the distance, it seems like he exposes himself.
Yep.
But I mean, his pressure is just relentless, man.
Oh, good leg kick.
Come on. Stay out the cage.
Oh.
Stay out the cage.
Oh,
Look at that shot.
takedown by Khabib.
Oh, there it is. It was a wrap.
30 seconds left.
Come on. Nice pass.
All right. Oh, he's full mount.
That's mount.
Trying for the arm bar. Oh, we got 10 seconds left.
Yeah, bicep crusher. Bicep crusher.
All right, that's into the first round. Well, Khabib one round. No, a cameraman didn't call. Want to give a thanks to our cameraman today, Margot Singleton. A thanks to our audio technician, Peyton and Jeff. He called. I think he called the second round
For the champ.
for the champ. So if we see some more, so let's look at our fight stats from round one. Khabib threw 85 total strikes, landing 33 of them. Gaethje threw 54, landing 29 of them. So definitely a higher percentage connecting. Khabib had 44 seconds control on the ground. He landed one takedown out of the three. I think we can all agree that we give this round to Khabib. Remember, a 5-round fight. All right, second round.
One thing that I'm shocked to is throwing some uppercuts. You know, when somebody wants to change that level, you know, either that knee or an uppercut. And I don't see a lot of. You know, I think Gaethje's more trying to stay off, but you know, maybe even have our guys throw, even if they're feints, just know that you're potentially going to take one coming in.
Right. Khabib with a
Team kick to the face.
love tap. Oh, Gaethje with a good behind the ear. Oh, slip.
Yep.
Oh, good leg kick. Gaethje's landed 13 of 14 leg kicks.
Look at this arm. Hey, look, he's doing what you did. Look, he's doing what you did.
Oh, Khabib takes his Gaethje's back. Oh, now he's in transitions to full mount.
Yeah, he tried to tap him twice and they didn't fall, but it's just...
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Triangle. Oh,
Here it comes.
Oh, he's got him a triangle. Oh,
He's tapping.
he's tapping right there.
He's tapping.
He's tapping. Jeez. Khabib takes it in the second round.
He's out. He's
calls
bad.
it.
He put him out.
Yeah, he's totally out. He tried to. He was
Oh.
tapping.
Didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
I tell you?
Yeah, you said third round though.
I know. But I said you cannot take the hard work away from a fighter like him.
Absolutely.
Hard work
Almost
beats
his
talent
dad.
when talent doesn't work hard. Not saying Gaethje didn't work hard, but he's not the caliber of fighter that Khabib is.
Yeah, that was proved absolutely today.
Khabib had to win this for his dad.
Just another fighter, just a different animal. Different animal.
You know,
just,
I really
absolutely.
thought, again, that Gaethje's chances are higher because of all those three aspects. But man,
That's where experience comes in.
Pound for pound, man, and just what your experience on the outside? On the outside.
Oh,
Wow.
hey, what a
Well, it
fight.
was an absolute joy with you, gentlemen.
Yeah, likewise.
This
Thank-
is CJ Sky. Until I see you next time right here, CJ Sky Live.
Exactly what he did. He actually got on his back.
Wow.
Hey guys, it's UFC Middleweight here. Come meet CJ Sky and Two Step from the Joe Rogan Review and watch the fights live this weekend. Follow CJ on Instagram at CJ Sky Live for more info. All the best, guys.
What's up, everybody? It's CJ Sky from the Joe Rogan Review. Want to invite you guys out to join me for a live podcast with my partner, as always, Two Step, at Little Capone's in Florence, Alabama on October 31st. We're going to watch Uriah Hall take on the legend Anderson the Spider Silva. It's at 5 p.m. Again, Little Capone's, Florence, Alabama. Follow me on Instagram at CJ Sky Live or at Joe Rogan Review for more information. Can't wait to see you guys. Peace, be well. A little bit something different. We're going to be doing white cheddar,
Black pepper.
black pepper.